People, hello, how are we? Hopefully, we are all doing well. I am Tom. The press conference is done. It's officially been announced. The 5 versus 5 went pretty much the way we were all thinking. I think that's fair in saying. Certainly wasn't far off what I predicted. So jumping into that, Deontay Wilder versus Zhilei Zhang. What's that? Co-main to a main event of Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev. Just incredible, isn't it? It's just crazy. And I mean, all of the fights really were headline fights. Let's be honest. They're not all pay-per-view. They're not all pay-per-view, but some of them, a couple of them are, and all of them, I think you could get away with making a headline fight. But we're not getting that, which is great. We're getting a stacked card with the likes of Zhang and Wilder, and they're both desperate for a win. I think it's fair to say. Both of them losing to the same guy, both off the back of a loss to Joseph Parker, both desperate for a win. This could be kind of make or break for them, really, because if they lose, it kind of sends them home packing, doesn't it? It's kind of, especially at the age of Zhang, and kind of the same age for Wilder. You've got to think, if you can't do it now, this is probably it. Dubois versus Hrgovic. Now, this, I think, is a great fight, because if you asked me a year ago who wins that, I'd say Hrgovic. I'd say that quite quickly as well. But now I just don't know. I think it's really close. You can ask me each week leading up to this. And this is also, I believe, the same day as the Champions League final. So some sporting day. But I think my mind will change probably periodically throughout. Initially I thought Dubois. Then I sort of thought actually do think Hrgovic. But now I'm going back towards Dubois. And I think it really is close. But if you'd asked me a year ago, I would have said Hrgovic without hesitation. Quickly, Hrgovic wins this. But now I'm not sure. Now I'm actually leaning towards Dubois. He's carrying the momentum. Hrgovic, and he's fought Mark Demori, struggled against Zhang, struggled against Dempsey McKean. I kind of go towards Dubois. Slightly, you know what I mean? But looping back to that Zhang Wilder fight, it's going to be a knockout. They both have the power to knock each other out, don't they? It's surely going to be a knockout. Or it's going to be very boring, where Wilder doesn't want to engage and Zhang gasses out. But I just think Zhang is just too big a target, too stationary for Wilder not to just tee off on, and eventually he's going to land and he's going to knock him out. Contrary to what Parker was like, it's just whether Wilder has that one fight left. Even then, he was talking about retiring and losing the love for the sport and the business. But I do think if he can find it, Zhang's just too big a target, too stationary a target. I think he'll knock him out. Making him a captain, making Wilder a captain, surely is a promotional point. I think that's got to have been a promotional point. Why else were you making him a captain? A bit crazy. Whereas Hamza Shiraz being a captain for Queensberry, I get. So then we're looking at Hamza Shiraz versus Nick Ball, and for me, I think that's possibly the fight of the night. I think that potentially could steal the show. My fight of the night. I think it could steal the show. It's one to watch. Amma Williams, Hamza Shiraz, just incredible. It's going to be, I mean, that's amazing. Really, really good, actually. And I think you've got to make Hamza a slight favourite. I think Hamza Shiraz will go in a slight favourite. Certainly no. Ammo Williams certainly has to show up if he's got any hope. Do you know what I mean? If he's got any hope of doing this, I think he's got to show up and mean business. But he can. He certainly can. And I think for me, I'm going to pick off the bat, I'm going to go with Ammo Williams. I want to say Hamza Shiraz. I think he'll go in favourite. But for me, off the bat, I'm picking Ammo Williams to win it. So I've got Wilder to beat Zhang, so Matchroom. I've got Dubois to beat Hrgovic, so Queensberry. I've got Ammo to beat Hamza Shiraz, so Matchroom. And that's Queensberry's captain who's losing. So, but moving on from that, then we go into Ray Ford versus Nick Ball. And it's just, I mean, Ray Ford, this should be, for an undisputed, a unification. Because Nick Ball should have beaten Vargas, and he didn't. So, like I say, unfortunately, that means we're not doing this for a unification bout, which it just really should be. Nonetheless, Nick Paul's getting another shot, and I think that's great. And Ray Ford's a fantastic champion, but I do give it to Nick Paul. I do think Nick Paul's going to win it. Um, I think it will be close. It'll be a hell of a fight. It'll be a great fight. One of one of my fights of the night. Um, I just do think Nick Paul's going to win it. He's gonna get the job done. I think he's a fantastic fighter. So he's a guy who brings it to you for 12 rounds straight. He will not let up the pressure. He will bring it to you and fight you for 12 rounds straight, which is fantastic, right? Um, and then we've got Anthony Yard versus Hutchinson, and I think that's going to be another really good one. Um, another really good one. I think that's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to that. So I'm going to give that to. I think Anthony Yard will win that one. I think Anthony Yard will beat Hutchinson. So that's another Matchroom fighter. I think at the moment Matchroom going to win it. Look, it could change, but that point system seems a bit dodgy as well. What's that about? But I'm at the moment I'm going to go. I'm going to go. Ammo Williams, Anthony Yard, Nick Ball, Dubois, and then Wilder. I think on the top bill, I'm going to go Bivol at the moment. Slate me in the comments. But that's it for now, people. Thank you so much for watching. You know how YouTube works. Like, comment, subscribe, people. Peace.